The Weeknd is about to drop his new album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, this week on Friday, January 31st, 2025, after almost over half a year of rollout, and we did get some new info from him about what we can expect from the record when it comes to the content, when it comes to the lore, but also just a couple of interesting things that have happened over the past couple of days. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop over the past week, so make sure to do that. So as I just said, Hurry Up Tomorrow is finally dropping after over 6 months of rollout since we got the first hints in June or July of 2024. And we've been talking about this album for almost as long as that. We've gotten singles. We did then also get the delay for the record just last week or 2 weeks ago at this point, that it got delayed from originally dropping on the 24th, so last Friday, to now the 31st, so exactly a week delayed because of the fires going on in LA and Abel wanting to help the affected families. Now, since then, he's started this countdown to the release date, talking about so and so many days left until tomorrow, so referring to Hurry Up Tomorrow, obviously, the title of the record. He also posted a video with this countdown, which was pretty special to fans. Now, this was together with the 7-day countdown, so the 1 week until tomorrow countdown, and he posted a couple, 2-3 minutes of compilation of his older music videos. So it's really like a trip down memory lane watching this video, because you can think back to so many different moments in his career and the music videos accompanying those songs. And throughout the entire thing, we hear the song Rolling Stone from his first mixtape, which is already in the content, kind of like, you know, talking about that people don't know who's behind the persona, the facade of The Weeknd, and how they're going to get to know him. So this was really special. I think all fans really took this very personal, and him just choosing Rolling Stone as the song for this was something truly special to him probably, but also all of the fans. Now, one more interesting thing that we did get before we talk about some info that we got from him is that he had this special collab with Playboi Carti that you've likely seen. I've also talked about this in my newsletter last week when this was happening, but he did post some cryptic stuff about some website to gain access to with a certain password, which is called hurryuptomorrow.club. So apparently he was going for some exclusive thing on here. He did then also post the password to this thing, and by the images that he gave us, we could already tell that this was an OVO Opium collab. So The Weeknd and Playboi Carti, who obviously collabed on Timeless and are now also having more songs, because if you go to the website, you can pick up some merch, Hurry Up Tomorrow, and the tomorrow has the Opium O's in there. It looks pretty cool. You know, they're fine. You know, they're pretty cheap for the shirts. It's like $30 for the shirt, the digital album, and also some box set. I think that's where it comes in. Then the hoodies are like $65, so it's fine. It's not like crazy. And the interesting thing is that digital album does have, apparently, if you take a look at the description on it, it says XO edition cover, digital album, and then it says Hurry Up Tomorrow, XO edition cover, first pressing digital album, exclusive cover artwork designed in collaboration with XO and Opium, which just looks alright. I mean, it's just the same design as on the shirts. And then it says includes hurryuptomorrow.club, exclusive bonus track 1 plus bonus track 2. And says digital downloads are delivered as .wave uncompressed lossless audio files. Digital album will be delivered via email on January 31st, 2025, limited to 1 per customer. So this is interesting. For $5, you can pick up some 2 digital bonus tracks with this collab between The Weeknd and Playboi Carti. So likely, we are going to get 2 more songs from Playboi Carti and The Weeknd. They teased that already when Abel brought out Playboi Carti, but still, it's pretty cool that that's the way that they're rolling this out. As it said, it's only going to get delivered on January 31st, so with the rest of the album, so it's not like you get some exclusive stuff beforehand, and those songs are immediately going to end up on the internet, so you don't have to buy it to listen to it. But if you want to support Abel, and you want to support maybe also by getting some merch, that's a great way to do it. It's still pretty cool though to see that collab coming out. A lot of people were expecting some more crazy stuff though, because honestly, just like an additional merch thing, it's just like, okay, it's fine. Now we also have some interesting stuff still. The movie is coming out in May. We don't know if that's gotten delayed after the album gotten delayed. No, I don't think so. We also know about a new tour by him posting that new everything post. So that could still be coming out. And maybe over the next couple of days, we're going to see more of those billboards appear as well that said The Weeknd, The End. Because we haven't gotten any news on the rollout so far since the last time we talked about it, in terms of physical reality things like those billboards. So maybe within the next 4 days until the album drops, we'll get some of that. And now one thing that I did want to tell y'all about is an interview that Abel gave to Variety on January 10th. Because in that interview, we do get a couple of interesting things. So he was on the cover of Variety magazine and said The Weeknd on the breakdown that inspired his Hurry Up Tomorrow album and film, and why he might retire The Weeknd. It never ends until you end it. And this is pretty interesting because in that interview, he says, I knew that I really needed to sit the fuck down and figure out my life. This was after the SoFi Stadium incident where he lost his voice, which we know was pretty personal to him. He said to understand what happened, face it, learn something new, and start again. I'd had a kind of mental breakdown, which is pretty much what this new album's about. That is news. That is, him going over. We knew this theme of rebirth, of being reborn after falling into depression, being in the afterlife, and then kind of like being born again. But this mental breakdown thing is new to us, at least. And it also goes on a little bit more about the movie to say that the film due May 16th via Lionsgate is a suspense thriller co-written by and starring The Weeknd alongside Jenna Ortega, and says it's loosely connected to the album and will likely feature some music from it. But I mean, loosely connected does mean that there is at least going to be some overlapping of thematical content on there, which I guess could be cool. Then he also goes on to say, during the interview, after a couple of references to closing this chapter, he's asked which chapter exactly he's referring to, the After Hours trilogy or his existence as The Weeknd. After a 30-second pause, he says, I would say my existence as The Weeknd. So again, insinuating that it's only The Weeknd that he's retiring and not his entire career, so we're still gonna get more stuff under Abel Tesfaye. Now, he also said about the SoFi moment right there, part of me actually was thinking you lost your voice because it's done. You said what you had to say. Don't overstay at the party. You can end it now and live a happy life. Put the bow on it. Hurry up tomorrow. Now we're here. When is the right time to leave, if not at your peak? Once you understand who I am too much, then it's time to pivot. So saying that at the moment that the fans knew so much about him, that the mask of The Weeknd fell and he was so vulnerable on stage, like with the SoFi Stadium incident, that's when he had to leave at his peak. So this interview did give us some very interesting and intimate details on what we can expect from this album, just thematically, or his intentions behind it. Now, most recently, he also gave us more teasers for the album just a couple of hours ago, saying that the final act is coming in 4 days and posting a little video to it as well. Also, he did post one more thing. That's the most recent tweet. He said, After Hours Till Dawn, the opera continues, hurry the fuck up. So that's basically up until now all caught up. It was a lot, but I do want to know what y'all think about all of this. What do you think we can make of this album? What do you think that Variety interview gave us as info? And what do you think is still coming? Another single this week? A trailer? Or do you think track list? Let me know all your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.